Land critically low battery.
What's going on, y'all? Today we're going to be answering a few of the frequently asked questions about the Mavic Mini to help clear them up. In the past few weeks, I've brought you my favorite Mavic Mini accessories, 3D printed or purchased, and if you like those videos and you like this one, consider hitting the subscribe button as I'll be bringing you more Mavic Mini videos and other drone videos. With that said, let's begin. First one, aftermarket props and motor covers. So I see this question asked daily. Just don't do it. They can void your warranty. They can affect performance, and ultimately, they're not worth saving a few dollars. Specifically the motor covers. It says in the manual to not block any holes for the motors. Those motor covers block the holes that are required for ventilation. There's actually been reports of Mavic Minis falling from the sky because they had those motor covers on, and DJI will not cover in the event of a crash because of those motor covers. Next thing, return to home. There's a few different ways that return to home will work. The first one's smart return to home. If GPS is sufficient and was properly set before taking off, tapping the landing icon in the DJI Fly app or pressing and holding the return to home button on the controller will activate smart return to home. The Mini will begin the return to home procedure, which varies depending on height and distance from the home point. If the Mini is less than 20 meters or 65 feet from the home point, it will just initiate a landing, not a return to home. The Mini must be greater than 20 meters or 65 feet away to initiate the return to home procedure. Low battery return to home. It will be triggered when you hit the point of no return.
Battery level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
i.e. your battery has only enough life left to make a return trip. You can cancel this by pressing the return to home button. However, this could mean the Mini will not have enough battery to land safely. The Mini will automatically land though once you hit the point that there is only enough battery left for a landing.
Land critically low battery.
Next is fail-safe return to home. This only initiates if the home point was properly recorded.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
And the compass is working normally, and after disconnecting from the controller for 11 seconds.
Go home.
That's when the Mini will execute a fail-safe return to home. If you rely on fail-safe return to home, be sure that your home point is properly set before flying. Personally, I don't use return to home except for just making sure it works when I first got my Mini. Next, how to prevent flyaways. First thing you want to do to prevent a flyaway is to not fly in conditions outside the Mini's capabilities. The Mini is rated to withstand 8 meters per second winds, which is about 17 miles per hour. That's the return to home speed and the position mode's top speed. That means before you fly, you need to pull out an app or check the current weather conditions. And knowing the wind speed at ground level is not enough. If speed at the ground level is 17 miles per hour, then speed at 50 feet will generally be higher and even higher at 400 feet. I use UAV forecasts to determine if the conditions are right for the airspace I'll be operating in. Also, be sure to fly into the wind. Knowing which direction the wind is coming from and flying into the wind will help you in case your Mini becomes disconnected and performs a fail-safe return to home. If the wind is greater than 17 miles per hour, the Mini may not be able to return to home. If the Mini is upwind, it's easier for it to move with the wind rather than against it, and it's going to use less battery. Going into the wind will use more battery and result in a possible flyaway if your Mini performs a return to home procedure. With that said, let me add for newcomers, the Mini will not perform the same with propeller guards on. The guards limit the maximum speed, reduce aerodynamics, and effectively act as a sail in the event of a gust of wind. DJI does not specify the wind speeds that the propeller guards can be used at, so be cautious when using them. I personally only use them when flying indoors so it doesn't smack into a wall or the ceiling. Also, be wary of flying next to tall buildings or buildings in general. When wind smacks a building, it has to either travel up or travel down, causing what's called a downdraw effect, which can force the Mini to perform in an unexpected manner. So be cautious of that when flying near buildings or any large structure. Next question is, can I attach something to the Mini? Why, yes, you can attach many different things to the Mini. However, I would not exceed the weight of the prop guards, which is about 46 grams. And understand that the Mini will perform differently and you could void your warranty if something happens to your Mini. So if you have something on your Mini and you're flying around and it crashes and you report it to DJI, it'd be in your best interest to not mention you had anything attached to your drone. Last but not least, The most often question asked about the Mavic Mini: how far can it fly? And the answer to that is, well, your mileage will vary. Some places with no Wi-Fi will get amazing range. I've seen another YouTuber who flew 20 kilometers one way with a modified battery pack. Now, with that said, I will only go about 2,000 feet from my position because legally that's as far as I can possibly see before I lose visual line of sight. Maintaining visual line of sight is important to not having a flyaway. If I can always see my Mini, I probably won't lose the thing. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Blink, blink.